Image Quality in CD-SEM Metrology Part 3. Mode of operation. Just one tool in daily PM simultaneously. Keep capacity up. Every calibration/QA run results should be inside SPC limits for advanced nodes at plus or minus 0.1 to 0.2 nanometers. Tool released to production with QA run SPC pass event. QA run SPC failure initiating containment plan. Sample charging/calibration failure. Plan A, recalibration and rerun QA. Case of repeatable failure. Plan B. Plan B, assumption sample charging. Change sites/change SPC limits per new sites. Confirm new values QA run on Golden Tool. Perform calibration and QA run. In case of failure tool down. Plan B, assumption calibration failure. Change person from manual calibration. Repeat Plan A. Any input from layer process engineers for layer mismatch values, sending tool back to calibration/QA run, including matching versus Golden Tool. Max time between daily PM on tool, 24 hours. Vendor spec.
Of the image, as I oscillate back and forth with my focus, you can see stretched on this diagonal, and again stretched on this diagonal as I focus to the right. So to fix the astigmatism, it's very important that we select the right focal plane. And the way to select the right focal plane is to go halfway in between the stretching. So again, stretched along one diagonal, I go to the left on the other diagonal. I want to settle somewhere in the middle where there's no directional stretching, and instead we have, say, equal blurriness along all edges of any of these particles. So that's good focus, and again I can oscillate to the left and right and see how it stretches. So here's good focus. Shift right click for astigmatism, and I'm going to go side to side to try to get the sharpest image that I can. I'm adjusting the X astigmatism. That's about as good as I can do with the X, and then I'll go up and down to adjust the Y astigmatism, and here you can see the image has improved very well. Now to evaluate astigmatism, again, focus. So as I focus to the right and to the left, I don't see any stretching anymore, but what I do see is a shifting of the image. You can see it's kind of shifting along this diagonal, and when I see shifting, I want to adjust the lens alignment. So to do that, I'll click the modulator, and I want to go to a shorter dwell time so we can visualize the oscillation. And here again, it's moving along this diagonal, and I'm going to fix the lens alignment one axis at a time. So if I want to fix the X oscillation, I'm going to grab the vertical bar of the lens alignment cursor, and I'm going to move it left or right. As I move it to the left, now it's pretty much only moving up and down, so I've gotten rid of the X oscillation. To get rid of the Y oscillation, I'll grab the horizontal bar and move that up or down. And so somewhere around here, it's basically blinking in place, and that's what we want to see. So what I've done though is I've induced some astigmatism by changing the lens alignment. So I want to go back and use my focus to evaluate. So the image is no longer shifting, but now I can see there's some more stretching. So again, I'm going to see the stretching on one side, it's diagonally stretched the other way. On the other side, I'll stop somewhere in the middle where the particles are equally blurry in all directions, and then I'll change the X and Y astigmatism to sharpen up the image. So now as I use focus to evaluate, there's no stretching and there's no shifting. But in this case, if I really want to perfect the alignment, I might want to zoom in on
Thank you for
a smaller
attention.
part